I was walking in a forest with a beautiful woman, and we encountered beautiful trees and so forth. And as we were walking pretty far in, after 30 minutes or so, there's a man with a walking stick. And we came upon him near a small brook, and he started to look at me. And he said, "Are you Jonathan Taylor?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And I discovered that he was a man that I babysat his children for when I was 13 or so years old, down the block from where I lived. We carried on a pleasant conversation, etc., and he was out there in nature. And now let me tell you what that woman thought, the beautiful one I was with. She thought he was going to pull out of his walking stick some type of sword or saber, like Napoleon Solo from Man from U.N.C.L.E., and she thought he was going to stab me. Now imagine the psychology of this. This is the point. She was there not enjoying nature at all, but basically fearing and dreading, anticipating malfeasance. This is what guitarists do all the time. They're anticipating, that hard passage is coming up. I'm making mistakes. There's something going on with my left hand or my right hand. There's tension, there's that. Well, there's no possible way you can play a piece under those conditions. In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where out the Sigid River ran, through caverns measureless to man, down to the sunless sea. When Samuel Taylor Coleridge wrote that, he did not know it would be used as an example in a classical guitar lesson, but the idea of paradise or calmness must be there from the very moment you're playing a piece, otherwise it won't come out. You can't do it. If you have the psychological noise, which we're going to eliminate, I'm going to show you how to do that. There is no way that piece by Bach, whoever it's by, is going to be expressed smoothly and in the light that is supposed to be expressed. The idea, in another way, is a man walks into a doctor's office, says, "Doctor, it hurts when I do that." Doctor says, don't do that. So what are we going to do? We're going to find ways of eliminating practically the noise from your mind. Why? Because it is the subconscious mind that plays the piece, not the conscious. And if the conscious interferes, it'll die on the vine. We do it to ourselves. Now, this is an advanced technique. If you're a beginner and intermediate, don't worry, it's not going to screw you up. If we're going to retrain your fingers at some point, depending upon what level you're at and what you're doing, then we can work with that and maybe go back down the mountain a few steps in order to take a new path up the mountain. If you're not living in the moment and you're not hearing those pieces, then you are not expressing the piece, and it's just a bunch of grumbling noise. Think of the fear and anticipation that guitarists go through when they're thinking about complex passages. I would say a big majority of players do this all the time. So what we're going to do now in the next segment is show you how to eliminate that. Remember, all of this is contingent upon you knowing the piece and being able to play it either by memory. So that is a groundwork. What is the axiom? If you do not eliminate the conscious thought, you will never play smoothly, as it is the subconscious mind that actually plays the guitar. And you are not playing it from the space of the conscious mind. There's a space inside of you that you're going to contact, that you're going to play from. It's the foundation. It's where you're going to start. The longer you can maintain this, the longer you can keep this up, the greater, freer, faster, as many people are striving for, the greater that is going to come into being. So, how do we do this? First of all, let's listen to the music. You're not listening to the thoughts in your head. You're listening to the actual sound. A tone or a note has a beginning, a middle, and an end. If you play that string, then you're going to listen to the beginning of the note, the middle, and the end of that note. That is going to calm you down and take your mind to a place where it needs to be to express the piece. So that is our first secret of the classical guitar. Why is it a secret? I go, well, because many people don't even do that in any way. They're worrying about their fingering, they're worrying about their position, they're thinking about, this part of the piece or that part of the piece, rather than enjoying the music. When I play, I'm not thinking about, quote, the audience. I'm not thinking about that there's something difficult, because it's not. And it's, aren't you nervous when you got on stage? No. So let's start there and see how far we get with